Hey HubSpotters, today I'm going to tell you about one of my favorite tools in the HubSpot CRM, and that is the templates tool. I use it all the time as I'm emailing prospects and customers, and it saves me a ton of time. So just like it sounds, basically what it is it allows you to create templates that you can use in your emails. So let's be honest, most of the emails that we create are just variations on one of several messages, and a lot of us are copy pasting or writing the same messages over and over again. Templates allows you to avoid having to do that. So once you have the templates set up, it's really easy to use them. So I'll run through that just super quick, and then we'll go into how to get your first template set up. So if you're inside a contact record here and want to send out an email to them using a template, all you have to do is click on this templates button up at the top. I'll just choose this first template we have here, and it's going to pre-populate all of that template text in this email. You can customize it any way you want. So if you wanted to change the subject line, you could do that. You can see I've got a personalization token built in there. So my first name or the first name of the contact automatically populates. This happens to be my first name, and since we're using my record here. And this is an email that we send out before a meeting after we get one scheduled. So we do have a time slot here that we would need to put in every time we send this out. So I type in the time of the meeting. If I need to make any changes to the agenda, I can do that here. And then once I'm ready, I just hit send and it'll send this email. So much quicker than having to copy paste this from a template that I have in a Google Doc or something like that. And definitely quicker than having to type the same message every time, since we do the same type of email to almost all of our contacts that schedule these types of meetings. So how do you set it up? The best part is that this is available regardless of which HubSpot CRM you're using. So even on the free version, you get 5 free templates that you can set up and use anytime. If you are paying for the HubSpot Starter version or the HubSpot Professional Sales Professional version, you get up to 1,000 templates per user. So pretty much unlimited. I guess you could potentially hit that limit if you are sending a ton of emails or creating a ton of templates. So how you set them up is pretty easy. I'm going to bounce over to our test portal. Our test portal uses the sales free version, so you'll get to see exactly what that looks like if you're on that free version. I'll bounce back to our portal here in a minute so you can see what it looks like if you have the starter or professional version and want to use many more templates than just that limit of 5. So the first thing you're going to want to do is make sure you're on the sales screen. So if you have HubSpot Marketing, you may have this drop down up here. You want to make sure this says Sales in the top left-hand corner. And then once you're in Sales, you're going to go to Sales Tools and Templates. Load here. So if it's the first template you're creating, this is going to be the screen you see. It'll have a video to walk you through it if you want to watch it, or this video does the same thing. So you're just going to hit Create My First Template here. And anytime you create a template, you're going to have a couple options. So you can either choose from a library of templates that HubSpot already has created, or you can do one from a blank canvas. So I'm going to kind of show you both here. We're going to start with a template that HubSpot has already created. And so you can see they've got all kinds of templates on the left. You can hover over one and it's going to show you exactly what that template looks like over here on the right. So I'm just going to pick this Share a Helpful Resource one, hit Save, and it's going to populate that in my list of templates here. So if you want to make any edits to it, all you have to do is click on the name of the template, and it's going to pop up this screen. If I had selected at the beginning to create a template from scratch, then this is the screen that would show up also. It's going to look exactly the same. It's just not going to be populated with the text from the template. So a couple things on this screen that you'll notice. First, you have the name. So that's going to be the internal name. Don't worry, nobody's going to see this except for people inside your company, so you can name this whatever you want. I recommend having some sort of naming convention, especially if you're going to use a lot of templates. So maybe name them by persona or use case, whatever works for you. Just make sure you've got kind of a standard way to name them, so it's much easier to find the template you're looking for when you're ready to send it. Next, you've got the subject. So you can see this first thing here is what we call a personalization token. So this one is going to populate in the first name of the contact, whichever contact you're sending to, right here. If you want to add any other personalization tokens anywhere in the text, either in the subject or the body, you can do that. All you have to do is click on one of these down here. So let's say we wanted the company name in there somewhere. We could click company token. search for the name, and it would populate the name of the company that's associated with that contact record. And you can assign default values and things like that. So if there isn't that value in the contact record, it'll populate either, you do a blank space or like we do hi contact first name a lot. So our default is there. So it goes to hi there. If for some reason we don't know the contact's first name. So the next thing you've got there is the email body. So type in whatever you want. You can see that this template uses capital letters with brackets for any time that you would need to edit the template. So this template is to help people send helpful resources to their prospects. But that resource, the actual resource itself, is probably going to change for each prospect, right? So that's why they have these in here. So when you load up that template, you just edit that text quickly and hit send. So if you want to make any changes, you'd make any changes here and then hit save. And we have our first template. Once you have your first template, it's going to look like this. It'll say 1 out of 5 if you're on the starter version, or if you're on the free version. You can create a new template right up here. And again, you've got those two options, so from scratch or from a template library. That was that library that we looked at the beginning there. And then if you've got multiple users on your accounts, I don't recommend this if you're using the free version or if you've got users using the free version in your portal. But if everybody's on Sales Starter or Sales Professional, you can share these templates if you have multiple users so that everybody in your company has access to it, and that's super helpful. That's what we do inside our company. So that's how you create them. I'm going to show you just real quickly kind of how we use them for our company, a couple use cases. So this is our portal. So you can see we have pages and pages of templates. I've seen people have many more, but this is kind of what we've got so far. So you can see you can organize them by folders. So we've got templates that we just use after we sign a new client. We've got templates that we use. This was a cold email campaign we were running for B2B software companies. We've got some that aren't in folders. This was that one that I used at the beginning, so that's a connect call agenda that I was sending out. But just like I showed you, even though there's more templates here, you can click on any one of these and edit them. You can see kind of what our naming convention is here. So any persona, this is a breakup email for a cold email sequence. So that's the use case. This is a little bit about it, version number, and then a date. That's probably a little bit more robust than you need. We've actually kind of toned back our naming convention. This was kind of what we used when we first started using HubSpot templates, but you can see, even though we're using the professional, sales professional version, it looks exactly the same as the sales starter. So that is all there is to it. Hopefully you can get some templates created and save yourself a ton of time, or your salespeople a ton of time. Happy HubSpotting.